Everybody, if we haven't met yet, my name is Dr. Brooklyn Storm. I'm the admin for our group. It's really lovely to see so many new faces. So, normally on a Monday, I love to come in and just do like a 5 minute bite sized training, but I was off yesterday, back today, so I thought I would just do it now for you. Okay, so what I wanted to talk with you about today was EAP. So you will see below, if you do a little search, there's so much discussion about EAP, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I'm not here to talk about all the problems with EAP in this video. We can do that another time. This video is for people who like EAP, who are happy with it, but they perhaps don't know that there's more to it. And by that, what I mean is a couple of things. Number one, things for you to be aware of. Number one, when you're just starting out in private practice, EAP can be a great way to get some rungs on the board. By that, I mean it will certainly get you a few clients in the calendar. That's a good thing. It's going to boost your confidence, boost your, I'm actually doing it and I've got a business and it's all working. Now, the trick is not to fill up your diary with EAP clients for a few reasons. Traditionally, they pay a lot lower than your average session fee, for example. Your average session fee needs to be sitting at around $150. On average, an EAP session fee is about $80. Now, it varies from location to location depending on demand and things like that. But the average session fee for a counsellor is between $60 and $80. Okay, if you're getting more, that's amazing, well done. But the average fee is about the $80. So if you fill up your diary with all EAP clients, then what's going to happen is you're going to need to see a very high volume of clients to make the money that you need to make to pay your bills and keep the lights on and pay yourself and all those kinds of things. And this can, of course, lead to fatigue and exhaustion and burnout, and then all the mental health stuff that comes along with it, the dread of looking at the diary. Plus, it doesn't leave space for you to be able to take on private clients. So when you're just starting out and you want to use EAP as a tool to help you start to build your diary, be very mindful. And I would recommend that you leave some space in your diary just for EAP. So you might say Monday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. So Monday mornings 9 till 12 or 10 till 1. And then Wednesday afternoons 1 till 4 or 2 till 5. So you've got one morning and one afternoon slot. That's only for EAP. You're not going to put any private clients in there, but also you're not going to put any EAP outside of those hours. Okay, that's the first thing to be aware of. The second thing to be aware of is some EAP providers are really generous, meaning that they might give you 6 sessions with a client, or some might give you 10 or 12, whatever the number is. They give you those sessions, but in your professional opinion, the work hasn't finished. And so you share your thoughts with your client, and depending on the arrangement that you've got with the EAP company you're working for, either you contact the company or the employee goes back and says to their company, but either way, the message to the company is we need more sessions, and the provider will say, yes, you can have more sessions. Now, this feels really good for you and it feels really good for the client, but it's actually a problem because what's happening is it's costing the employer money for their employee to be seeing you, and the employer doesn't like that, okay? Especially if they're a small to medium size organization. They just can't afford it, it's not in their budget, all that kind of stuff. So you can end up shooting yourself in the foot if you go back asking for more sessions, right? Normally what would happen is you would see the clients for that period of time, the number of approved sessions, and then when it had finished, you would either do one of two things. If it's someone that you want to continue working with and you've got the relationship and you believe that you can support them and help them to get the outcome, and you both want to work together, convert them into a private fee paying client. If not, If their challenges are a little bit bigger than you, or perhaps it's outside of your scope of expertise, or perhaps it's just not your vibe, not really what you want to be doing sort of medium to longer term, you can also recommend that they go back to their doctor and they get a mental health care plan. They can go and see a psychologist, something like that, right? So you've got options. What I would always recommend though is that you convert your EAP clients into paying clients with you. I think this is a really wonderful way to start building out the private fee paying side of your business. And it's easy for you to do. You might think it's going to be difficult. You might be thinking, oh, but Brooklyn, they haven't been paying for it. Now all of a sudden I'm going to tell them that they've got to pay $150. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it works. There's a strategy that you use that other successful practices are using. They're converting, they're seeing the EAP clients as like gifts in a way. I know some people don't agree with me on this, but in terms of you haven't had to do any marketing, you haven't had to go on Facebook, you didn't need to run a Google ad, you didn't need to pay for a Google ad. Just say Google ad, Facebook ad, Google ad. You haven't had to run around having GP meet and greets. In this sense, it's a gift. The client's referral is a gift. It's coming to you. You've done nothing for it. You've done nothing for it other than tell an EAP provider, here I am and I've got capacity. That's all you had to do. So yes, in my mind, this is a lovely pathway, a lovely gift. This client's referral just kind of lands in your lap, lands on the computer without you needing to do very much legwork at all. But then you need to use a process that's going to help you and help the client navigate what's going to happen over the future sessions. And it's the people who do this really well that end up converting EAP clients. And the rate of conversion is about 6%, by the way, which is really 6%, 60%. In my head, I'm seeing the number 10 and the number 6, which is really, really high. And the reason it's so high is because you've already got that relationship there. People struggle with converting EAP clients because they get in their heads about it. They start projecting their own money mindset onto it. They start projecting their own limiting beliefs and self-talk onto the situation. Totally lose sight of the client, totally lose sight of the business and make it all about themselves. And this is really normal. It's really understandable. It's going to happen because you don't know how to do it. So of course it's going to feel scary and overwhelming and stuff like that, but you can go and learn how to do it in PP 101. If you want the link for that, let me know. But by using a process that gives you, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, etc., etc., you can use EAP as a way of getting initial clients into the diary. And then where they're not paying and you're on that lower rate initially, that part's probably not the gift, but you're on that lower rate initially, but you've got your eyes on the bigger picture because you've got your growth mindset on, you've got your private practice mindset on, and you see what's possible. You see where this client is going, of course, only if they're needing help moving forward. So this is what I want you to take away from EAP. I know that there's a lot of discussion and there's mixed feelings. Some people love it, some people just don't. Some providers pay quickly, others take 6 months or 9 months, or there's conflict around an invoice and it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. I know that this happens, but that aside, I just wanted to share with you today that EAP can be a great way to start to get bookings, but then to create a long-term relationship with people where you can have that therapeutic intervention, where you can provide that therapeutic support, okay? And so they move from EAP into private, and then in doing so, those EAP appointment slots that you've got on your Monday morning and your Wednesday afternoon then become available to be topped up with new people that you're not having to go onto TikTok for, you're not having to go onto Instagram, you're not having to do videos like what I'm doing now, you're not having to do any of that. They just drop into your inbox. Literally, they drop into your inbox, or you get a phone call from an EAP provider saying, can you see this person? So for that reason, I want those of you who are struggling with EAP to just listen to this today and maybe sit on it and reflect on it and think about, am I converting them? Am I not? Why aren't I? Is it because I'm in my head about it? Or is it because of what other people say about it? Or is it because I just don't know? Or whatever it is. And if you want help with it, let me know. I really, 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 really want you to be successful in your private practice in the way that you define success. Okay, you might define it by the number of bookings or the money you make or the people you help or whatever it is. I want you to be successful in your business, but I can't help you if I don't know what you're struggling with. So this video has come up today because of discussions around EAP, so I want to help you with that. But if you have any other questions, of course, let me know so I can point you in the right direction with things. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. It's really nice to be back. It's lovely to see you again. I will spend some time in our group today catching up on some of the comments and posts that were put up while I was away. But yeah, so nice to see you again. Have a really, really, really lovely week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.